Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the previous year questions part 2, and in this session we are going to discuss the medieval history previous year questions. In the last session we discussed something about the invasions of the Muslims, and apart from that we discussed about the slave dynasty and something related to the earlier kings of slave dynasty, and today we are going to discuss the part second of the medieval history. So we are going to discuss further in the Delhi Sultanate, and we are going to discuss some other things related to it. So these are the questions that has been asked so far in the earlier exams, and particularly when we are talking about them, we will also see that what type of questions can come into the exams further in the upcoming exams. So let's start our session and let's see what are the things we need to understand. Before we start, these are the topics I got covered for you in this session. So I got Delhi Sultanate, art and architecture in Sultanate period. So we are going to discuss two very important things, art and architecture, very important. A lot of questions may come into your exam from this section. Another one is Delhi Sultanate. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first we have is the question, Kutubuddin Aibak and Rajia Begum belong to the Dash dynasty. Options are Mamluk, Khalji, Mughal or Lodi. So take your time and try to find out the answer, guys. And you are right here. The answer of this question is Mamluk. So most of you would be thinking, sir, Mamluk, we didn't even hear about this particular word. So just to tell you, slave dynasty is also known as Ghulam dynasty, also known as Mamluk dynasty, and sometimes also called as Ilbari dynasty. So Qutbuddin Aibak and Rajia Begum belong to the Mamluk dynasty. Mamluk dynasty ruled over Delhi in the 13th century CE. Mamluk dynasty is also called the slave dynasty. Mamluk literally means owned, and it refers to a powerful military caste called Mamluks, which originates in the 9th century CE in the Islamic Empire of Abbasid Caliphs. So do remember, answer is Mamluk. And if sometimes the option would be Ilbari or Gulam or slave, then the answer will be same. Okay, so remember this as well. In Dash AD, Qutbuddin had declared himself as the Sultan of Delhi and started the rule of slave or Das dynasty. So options are 1205, 1206, 1207 or 1208. Very simple question, I guess, and I don't think that you require any much time for that. And your answer is quite right. The answer is 1206. So Qutbuddin Aibak, 1206 to 1210, was given the charge of Gauri's Indian possessions after 1192. When Gauri was assassinated, Aibak declared himself Sultan of Delhi in 1206 AD. He was the first ruler of the Mamluk dynasty. Mamluk dynasty, also known as the Ilbari dynasty, also known as the Ghulam dynasty, also known as the slave dynasty. So remember that. Why is it known as the slave dynasty? Because most of the kings that came into power during this dynasty were once at a time they were slaves of the earlier kings. Like Qutbuddin Aibak was the slave of Muhammad Ghori. Iltutmish was the slave of Qutbuddin Aibak. Balban was the slave of Iltutmish. So once every king once in his time was the slave of another king. Slave dynasty was founded by, options are Qutbuddin Aibak, Mahmud Ghaznavi, Muhammad Ghori or Rajia Sultan. So try to find out the answer. Answer of this question is Qutbuddin Aibak. So slave dynasty was founded by Qutbuddin Aibak in 1206 AD. He was crowned at Lahore on 24th June to 1206 AD. He is most remembered for laying the foundation of Qutub Minar in Delhi. He died in an accident while playing polo in 1210 AD. His tomb is in Lahore. So do remember the answer of this question is Qutbuddin Aibak, and slave dynasty was founded by him. Remember, his capital was Lahore. Earlier, his capital was Lahore, and later on, the capital was changed from Lahore to Delhi. And who transferred the capital from Lahore to Delhi? So that was Iltutmish. Iltutmish was the one who transferred the capital. So remember this point. This is very important. Which Sultan of Delhi started the construction of Qutub Minar for the first time? Very simple question. We did this in the last session also. So try to find out the answer. Options are Balban, Alauddin Khilji, Iltutmish, or Qutbuddin Aibak. So here's your time. Take your time and try to find out the answer. Your answer is quite right. The answer of this question is Qutbuddin Aibak. So Qutbuddin Aibak commenced the construction of Qutub Minar 1198 AD, but could only finish the basement. In 1220 AD, his successor Iltutmish added 3 more stories. Firoz Shah Tughlaq constructed the 5th and the last story of the Minar, and later on Sikandar Lodi reconstructed or re-established the stories of Qutub Minar, and further Britishers were also the one who particularly conserved this particular site. So remember, Qutbuddin Aibak was the person who started the construction. And if someone asks you that who had completed the Qutub Minar, so remember the answer will be Iltutmish, because originally the Qutub Minar has 3 stories only. 4th and 5th stories were added to commemorate their rule or empire. Like Firoz Shah Tughlaq added 2 more stories. So that is because they wanted to explore, or they wanted to add their name into the construction. So that is the point. Which ruler wanted to build Alai Minar near Qutub Minar but could not complete it? Alauddin Khilji, Nasiruddin Mahmud, Rajia Sultan, or Iltutmish? Try to find out the answer. And I hope you got your answer. Answer is Alauddin Khilji. So the unfinished Alai Minar is situated with the complex of Qutub Minar, which was built by Alauddin Khilji, who was the second ruler of Khilji dynasty. He wanted to build a tower which would be twice as tall as Qutub Minar, but he could not complete this tower as he died before 24.5 meter tall structure was completed. So remember the name Alauddin Khilji. He was the second ruler of Khilji dynasty. He killed his uncle, that was Jalaluddin Khilji, and he became the king. He was famously known as the Sikandar-e-Sani, or what we call him, the Alexander of India. And if we talk about more about him, so he is the king who particularly first invaded South India. He was the one who particularly controlled the maximum part of India, and he was the one basically who established a lot of different type of administrative things. Like if we talk about, he was the person who established the public distribution system that we use today also. He also introduced the subsidiary system, that subsidy he used to give in terms of things. And apart from that, he was also the one who introduced the tax collection in the cash form. So all these things has been started, and other things. So we will discuss more about him. So remember his name, Alauddin Khilji. Which among the following ruler built the city Siri for military deployment? Options are Muhammad Tughlaq, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Alauddin Khilji, Qutbuddin Aibak. So here's your time. Take your time and try to find out the answer. I guess you know the answer. The answer is Alauddin Khilji. So Siri, a city in the city of New Delhi, was built during the rule of Alauddin Khilji, the ruler of Delhi Sultanate, to defend the city from the onslaught of the Mongols. Siri fort was built around 1303 AD. If we talk about the different type of capitals during the time of Delhi Sultanate, so all these capitals you will find in Delhi only. Like if you are going to talk about Tughlaqabad, so it is in Delhi. If you're going to talk about Shahjahanabad, it is in Delhi. If you talk about Siri, it is in Delhi. If you talk about the Deen Panna city, it is in Delhi. All these cities are being built inside Delhi only, and they are made the capital inside Delhi. So when we are talking about Delhi as the capital, so particular places or a particular fort has been built that is called the capital. So that is why. So Siri was built by Alauddin Khilji. Rani Padmavati is associated with the city of. Options are Pushkar, Jodhpur, Chittorgarh, or Udaipur. So take your time, guys. I hope you got your answer. The answer is Chittorgarh. So Rani Padmavati, also known as Padmini, is associated with Chittorgarh, Rajasthan. She was the wife of King Ratan Singh. Several 16th century texts mentioned about her, of which the earliest source is Padmavat, a poem written by Malik Muhammad Jaisi in 1540 CE. So remember the name. The answer is Chittorgarh. So Rani Padmavati or Padmini belongs to this particular place. And we come to know about this story from the writer who is known as Malik Muhammad Jaisi, and he wrote this particular story during the time of um Sikandar Lodi, and apart from that, particularly during the time of Mughals. Who among the following wrote the story of Rani Padmavati of Chittor? Options are Amir Khusro, Ziauddin Barani, Malik Muhammad Jaisi, or Siraj Afif. So take your time, guys. I hope you got your answer. Answer is Malik Muhammad Jaisi. We just did this question. The story of Rani Padmini of Chittor is described by Malik Muhammad Jaisi. He was an Indian Sufi poet. He wrote it in Avdi language. Remember, it was written in Avdi language. So the answer is Malik Muhammad Jaisi. Which of the following was not the type of tax imposed by the state during the reign of Alauddin Khilji? So Alauddin Khilji has imposed a lot of different type of taxes. Which of the following was not a type of tax imposed? Options: tax on small scale industry, tax on cultivation, tax on housing, or tax on cattle. Try to find out. And I guess your answer is quite right. The answer of this question is tax on small scale industries. So Alauddin Khilji had instituted a number of significant administrative changes related to revenues, price control, and society. Scale of agrarian tax at 50 was the highest under Khalji's. He also imposed house tax and pasture tax on the agrarian population. So remember, the tax on small scale industries was not implemented by Alauddin Khilji, and the scale and the other things have been taxed during his time. Dash was the first ruler of Khilji dynasty. Options are Balban Malik Kafur, Alauddin Khilji, or Jalaluddin Firoz Khilji. Try to find out the answer. No, guys, it is not Alauddin Khilji. The first king of Khilji dynasty was Jalaluddin Khilji. He became the king at a very old age, about approximately 70 years of age. After ending the rule of slave dynasty, Jalaluddin Khilji founded Khalji dynasty on 13th June 1290. In 1296, Alauddin Khilji was the son-in-law, dethroned him, and Alauddin was the first sultan who attacked in South India. He successfully resisted the Mongol invasion more than 12 times. During his period, he established price control system. He constructed Alai Darwaja. and some other famous monuments were also made by him. But remember his name. His name was Alauddin Khilji. He was also known as Sikandar-e-Sani, Alexander of India. Apart from that, remember that Jalaluddin Khilji was the one who particularly was the first ruler of Khilji dynasty. Who established Sera-ed-Adl, an exclusive market in Delhi for manufacturing and export goods to be sold or price fixed by administration? Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Sher Shah Suri, Kutubuddin Mubarak Shah, Alauddin Khilji. Try to find out the answer, guys. And I hope the answer you are giving is quite right. So the answer is Alauddin Khilji. Special market which was known as Sera Adal in Delhi to sell manufactured and export goods at a fixed price which was fixed by administration. Sera Adal was founded by Alauddin Khilji. So the prices were fixed by Alauddin Khilji, and that is why I said that he was the one who gave subsidy, who started the subsidy system at that time. So during the reign of Alauddin Khilji, not even a single product was inflated in terms of price. So remember that. Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to shift his capital from Delhi to. Options are Devgiri, Agra, Lahore, or Hyderabad. Try to find out the answer, guys. I guess your answer is quite right. So the answer of this question is Devgiri. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq, also known as the wisest fool king, he shifted his capital from Delhi to Devgiri for security reasons. The name of Devgiri was changed to Daulatabad, but after some time he shifted his capital back to Delhi. He reigned from 1326 to 1351, and basically his original name was Juna Khan, and he killed his father, that was Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, to gain the throne. So remember his name, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The noted traveler and writer Muhammad ibn Battuta, who traveled to many countries including India in the 14th century, belonged to which of the following countries? Libya, Algeria, Ghana, or Morocco? Try to find out the answer, guys. And I hope the answer you are giving is quite right. So the answer is Morocco. So Ibn Battuta was a Moroccan traveler who left his home at a young age of 21 in 13th century to travel across the world. He was born in Tinguers, Morocco, in 1304 CE in the medieval era in Islamic family. Before he set off for India in 1332, he had made pilgrim trips to Mecca and had already traveled extensively in Syria, Iraq, Persia, Yemen, Oman, and few trading ports on the coast of East. Pointed to be noted is that Ibn Battuta books of travels called Rehla, written in Arabic, provides extremely rich and interesting details about the social and cultural life in subcontinent in the 14th century. So remember, he was from Morocco. And if we talk about the Morocco, so Morocco you can find on the northwestern side of African continent, and it is separated from Europe through a strait called Gibraltar Strait that you can see in this picture. A famous traveler Ibn Battuta was inhabitant of. Very simple question. Give the answer fast, everyone. Quite right. Answer is Morocco. So Muhammad ibn Battuta was a Moroccan traveler who left his home at a young age of 21 in the 13th century to travel across the world. He was born in Tangiers, Morocco in 1304 in the medieval era in Islamic family. Before he set off for India in 1332-1333, he had made pilgrim trips to Mecca and had already traveled extensively in Syria, Iraq, Persia, Yemen, Oman, and few trading ports on the coast of East. Point to be noted is that Ibn Battuta books of travels called Rehla, written in Arabic, provides extremely rich and interesting details about the social and cultural life in the subcontinent in the 14th century. So do remember the answer is Morocco. Ibn Battuta, a famous Moroccan traveler, visited India during the time of, very simple question, just give your answer, guys. And I hope the answer you are giving is right. Answer is Delhi Sultanate. So Ibn Battuta came to India at the time of rule of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In 1333, he arrived in India all the way through the mountains of Afghanistan during the time of Tughlaq dynasty. He was a Muslim Moroccan scholar. And if we talk about one more thing about him, so he was also appointed as the Qazi of Delhi, and he was also sent as an ambassador to China by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So remember his name. He wrote a book Rehla and also Safarnama, whose reign saw the largest extension of Delhi Sultanate. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Ghiyasuddin Balban, Alauddin Khilji, Sikandar Lodi. Very good question. Try to find out the answer. Very good question this is, and the answer of this question is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He reigned from 1326 to 1351. So the five short-lived Muslim kingdoms that ruled the territory of Delhi from 1206 to 1526 is known as Delhi Sultanate. The Sultan of Delhi, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, ruled from 1325 to 1351. It is during his rule that Delhi Sultanate reached its farthest extent. It marched into a largest part of the Indian subcontinent. He defeated his rivals and captured many cities. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was the oldest son of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq founded the Tughlaq dynasty in 1320 after defeating Khusro Shah. Sultan of Delhi transferred his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. Who was that Sultan? Al-Tutmish, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Akbar or Ghiyasuddin Balban? And I guess the answer you are giving is right. So the answer is simple. Answer is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In 1325, Juna Khan, or known as Ulugh Khan, the crown prince, owned the title of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Sultan of Tughlaq dynasty of Delhi after the demise of his father. He was a scholar of logic, philosophy, mathematics, astronomy. He was also interested in medicine and was skilled in several languages. In 1327, he transferred his capital from Delhi to Devgiri, which was renamed Daulatabad because he believed that this new capital would be kept safe from Mongol invasion. However, the plan proved to be great failure and the capital was transferred back to Delhi. He introduced token currency. He died in Thata while campaigning in Sindh against Thagi. So do remember the answer is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted his capital from Delhi to which place? Very simple question. Just give your answer, guys. I hope you got your answer. The answer is Daulatabad. So in 1325, Juna Khan, Uluga Khan, the crown prince, sought the title of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Sultan of Tughlaq dynasty of Delhi after the demise of his father. He was a scholar of logic, philosophy, mathematics, astronomy. He was also interested in medicine and was skilled in several languages. In 1327, he transferred his capital from Delhi to Devgiri, which was renamed Daulatabad because he believed that this is the new capital would be kept safe from Mongol invasion. However, the plan proved to be great failure and the capital was transferred back to Delhi. He introduced token currency. He died in Thatta while campaigning in Sindh against Thagi. So remember his name. His name was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He was also known as the wisest fool king. Which emperor shifted the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad? Once again the question. So options are in front of you. Take your time. And the answer of this question is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So in 1325, Juna Khan, Uluga Khan, Crown Prince, sought the title of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Sultan of Tughlaq dynasty of Delhi after the demise of his father. He was a scholar of logic, philosophy, mathematics, astronomy. He was also interested in medicine and was skilled in several languages. In 1327, he transferred his capital from Delhi to Devgiri, which was renamed Daulatabad, because he believed that his new capital would be kept safe from Mongol invasions. However, the plan proved to be great failure and the capital was transferred back to Delhi. He introduced token currency. He died in Thatta while campaigning in Sindh against Taki. So do remember the answer is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Dash had shifted his capital from Delhi to Devgiri, which he named Daulatabad. Options are Muhammad bin Qasim, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Alauddin Khilji, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So try to find out the answer, guys. And I guess the answer you are giving is quite right. So the answer is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So basically, if we talk about in 1325, the Juna Khan, Uluga Khan, the crown prince, won the title of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Sultan of Tughlaq dynasty of Delhi. After the demise of his father, he was the scholar of logic, philosophy, mathematics, astronomy. He was also interested in medicine and was skilled in several languages. He transferred his capital in 1327 from Delhi to Devgiri, which was renamed Daulatabad because he believed that this new capital would be kept safe from Mongol invasion. However, the plan proved to be great failure and the capital was transferred back to Delhi later. He introduced token currency. He died in Thatta while campaigning in Sindh against Tagi. So remember, the name was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In the 14th century India, he used token currency to cheap metals in place of regular currencies of gold and silver. So options are in front of you. They are talking about a particular king. So just try to find out the answer. Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Jalaluddin Khilji or Alauddin Khilji. And I guess the answer you are giving is quite right. So the answer of this question is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So the token currency in India was introduced for the first time by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq issued token currency in 1330 AD from 1325 to 1351. He was the Sultan of Delhi. He was the eldest son of the founder of Tughlaq dynasty, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. If we talk about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he introduced this token currency because there was a kind of a particular less amount of gold and silver left in India and all over the world, and because of that, particularly the token currency was the ask of that time, and particularly our token currency was introduced firstly in China and later on he introduced that particular thing in India also. The coins were made of particularly bronze, and particularly if we talk about that coin, so later on a lot of people started making the fake coins in Delhi Sultanate during his time. So because of that, he had to remove all the coins from the market. So that is why this was also a failure of Muhammad bin Tughlaq and he was known as the wisest fool king. A record is given of his administrative achievements in Futuhat-e-Firoz Shahi of. Options are Gulbadan Begum, Abul Fazl, Ziauddin Barani, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Try to find out the answer. And I hope the answer you are giving is right. Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Futuhat-e-Firoz Shahi has a record of administrative achievements of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq was the cousin of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. His fiscal policy was governed by Shariat, which allowed the king to collect only four taxes that are as Kharaj, it was a land revenue; Zakat, it was collected by a religious institution; Jizya, it is a tax on non-Muslim in an Islamic country. Hakke-Sharb, it is an irrigation tax or water tax. He built three cities: Firozabad near Delhi, Jaunpur in UP, Hisar, Firoza in Haryana. He died in September 1388 and he was buried in Hojkhas area in Delhi. So remember his name. His name was Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Ibn Battuta was an Arab traveler and adventurer. Where was he from? Yunnan, Morocco, China, Spain? Very simple question. Give answer correctly. And I guess the answer you are giving is right. The answer is Morocco. So Ibn Battuta was an Arab traveler and adventurer. He was born on 24th February 1304 in Morocco. He came to India in 1333 during Muhammad bin Tughlaq reign. Muhammad bin Tughlaq had welcomed him and appointed him as a Qaji of Delhi. Ibn Battuta wrote his travelogue named Rehla. So do you remember the name? The answer is Morocco. Who was the founder of Lodi dynasty? Very simple question. Ibrahim Lodi, Alauddin Lodi, Bahlol Lodi, Sultan Ibrahim. Give the answer correctly. And I guess the answer you are giving is right. The answer is Bahlol Lodi. So Lodi, the fifth and last dynasty, was an Afghani dynasty that ruled Delhi Sultanate from 1451 to 1526. Bahlol Lodi was the founder of Lodi dynasty. His common language was Persian and capital was Delhi. On 21st April 1526, the first battle of Panipat was fought between Babur and Ibrahim Lodi of Lodi dynasty. Delhi Sultanate was annexed by the Mughal ruler Babur. So remember his name. His name was Bahlol Lodi, and during the time of Sayyid dynasty, he was a particular trader of horses, but later on he gained the control of Delhi Sultanate. Ibrahim Lodi was killed by Dash in 1526 in the first battle of Panipat. Who was that? Options are Muhammad Shah, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Taimur, Babur. Take your time. And I guess the answer you are giving is right. So the answer is Babur. So on 21st April, the first battle of Panipat was fought between Babur and Ibrahim Lodi. This was one of the earliest battles involving gunpowder, firearms, field artillery in the Indian subcontinent, which were introduced by Mughals. Ibrahim Lodi was killed while trying to retreat and beheaded. Babur was the founder of the Mughal Empire in 1526. So the answer is Babur. Babur killed Ibrahim Lodi during the first battle of Panipat in 1526. Later on, he fought four different battles like Battle of Khanwa, Battle of Ghagra, and Battle of Chanderi. And after that, particularly all these battles, he gained the control completely and established the Mughal Empire in India. When was the first battle of Panipat fought? Very simple question. Give the answer fast. And the answer is right. The answer of this question is 1526. On 21st April 1526, the first battle of Panipat was fought between Babur and Ibrahim Lodi. This was one of the earliest battles involving gunpowder, firearms, and field artillery in the Indian subcontinent, which were introduced by Mughals. Ibrahim Lodi was killed while trying to retreat and beheaded. Babur was the founder of Mughal Empire in 1526. So do remember the name, year? It was for 21st of April in 1526 when Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi. It was a short battle and Babur used artilleries for the first time during this battle. Dash is considered the founder of the city of Agra. Very good question. Try to give the answer. Shah Jahan, Mumtaz Mahal, Sikandar Lodi or Ibrahim Lodi. Take your time. And I guess the answer you are giving is right. Answer is Sikandar Lodi. Sikandar Lodi became the next ruler of Lodi dynasty after the death of his father Behlul Lodi. He moved his capital from Delhi to Agra, and so he is regarded as the founder of Agra. While he was in the battle with the king of Gwalior, that is because he shifted his capital, and that is how Agra came into being. Later on, Agra was being established and developed majorly by other kings, as well as the Agra fort was reconstructed by Akbar. Where is Adhai Din Ka Jhopda located? We discussed about this one in the last session, so try to give the answer correctly. And I guess the answer is right. So the answer of this question is Ajmer. So Adhai Din Ka Jhopda is a large and imposing mosque in the city of Ajmer in Rajasthan. It is one of the oldest mosques in India and the oldest surviving monument in Ajmer. Qutubuddin Aibak started the construction of Adhai Din Ka Jhopda in 1192 and it was finished in 1199. So remember, the answer is Ajmer. Qutub Minar is the tallest brick tower in the world. It was built in 1193 AD under the order of which founder of Delhi Sultanate? Options are Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Qutubuddin Aibak, Iltutmish, or Quail Qutub Shah. So give your answer correctly. And yes, you are right. Answer is Qutubuddin Aibak. Started the construction of Qutub Minar, first story in 1199, but he died in 1210. Aibak's successor and son-in-law Iltutmish completed a further 3 stories. Then Firoz Shah Tughlaq repaired the damaged top story and added one more story. This tower is made of red sandstone. It is the tallest brick tower, 73 meters in the world. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site recognized by UNESCO in 1993. So remember that Qutubuddin Aibak was the one who started the construction of Qutub Minar. And in front of Qutub Minar, you can also find the first mosque of North India, that is Quwwat-ul Islam Mosque. Indian Islamic craft art, which is visible in monuments like Qutub Minar and Alai Darwaza, is related to which era of India? Options are Vedic period, Delhi Sultanate, Mughal period, modern India period. So try to find out the answer, guys. And you're right. The answer is Delhi Sultanate. So major Indian Islamic architecture of Delhi Sultanate, 1206 to 1526. And if we talk about Adhai Din Ka Jhopda, Qutubuddin Aibak, Ajmer, Qutub Minar, Iltutmish and Qutubuddin Aibak, Delhi, Alai Darwaza, Alauddin Khilji, Delhi, Siri Fort, Hazar Stamb Mahal, Alauddin Khilji, Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia Tomb, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Delhi, Sikandar Lodi's tomb, Ibrahim Lodi. So remember that Indian Islamic craft art, which is visible in monuments like, is related to Delhi Sultanate. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you gained a lot of knowledge and lot of things has been added into your notebooks and your updated knowledge books, and it will help you in your upcoming exams. We will meet once again in next session. Till then, bye bye, take care everyone, and see you soon.